Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be unboxing a Mauser rifle from Empire Arms. We're going to be going over what Empire Arms is, the buying process from them. We're going to unbox this. I'm going to show you how well it's wrapped up from them because I have yet to open this. And then lastly, we're going to talk about one of the issues that I kind of ran in with Empire Arms, and we're just going to go through those, so let's just jump right into it. Now before I get into the video, just to let you know, I don't have any sort of professional relationship or anything like that with Empire Arms. Paid full price for this. I'm just like a regular customer to them, so I don't really have a bias or anything like that, just so you know. Now if you haven't heard of Empire Arms, they're one of the oldest, I think they're like 27 years old or something like that, website that sells milsurps. If you go to their website right now, it looks like a time capsule from the 90s. It is just a really interesting website. As somebody who kind of grew up seeing stuff like that, it's kind of neat to go back and see an old style website, you know, like the wallpaper and the font and everything. Now, it's kind of interesting buying from them. They don't have any like modern credit card processing system, anything like that. They don't have that. They have a 2 email system. So basically, if you want a gun, you have to email them that you want the gun. Like say if you're on the mailing list or whatever, you have to mail them, email them and say, hey, I want this. You have to wait until they respond back to tell you whether or not you bought it, because sometimes it'll be sold before you, like if somebody was in line with their email before you. So then when they respond, okay, you got it, you have about a day to pay them. And the paying by credit card is really interesting because it's a 2 separate email system. They have 2 different emails and they have everything that you need to break it up by. So one email, you send like the first half of your credit card numbers and the expiration and like your phone number to. And then the second one, you send like your name and the other half of your credit card numbers and then the security code or whatever to this email address. So it feels a little funny, like they have like a little template sort of thing to help you with it, but so you mail your info off to these 2 separate emails and then they charge your credit card. So that's how, it's really old fashioned, but I don't really mind it, as long as they get the money and he doesn't charge a fee or whatever for credit cards, so I don't really care. So that's the kind of buying experience from them. He'll send you the tracking information once he processes it. Now for doing this the old-fashioned way, and he probably gets hundreds of thousands of emails, doing this. For doing it the old-fashioned way, he's pretty good about his turnaround, getting back to you and everything. So, once he has an FFL to send your stuff to and you paid for it, he goes ahead and he ships it pretty fast. I can't complain about any of that. So now, the issue that I sort of ran into with them, now I've purchased multiple guns from Empire Arms. I've met Dennis personally at Tulsa. I talked to him on the phone too pretty recently. I think he's a good guy. There's nothing wrong with him or his company, whatever. I would buy from them again in the future. But the issue that I ran into was on his mailing list, I saw a Mauser rifle pop up on there. And the problem is, it was originally listed in the wrong caliber. So it's a Peruvian 1935. It's listed in the 7.65 caliber on his website. So I think, cool, it's the original caliber. I definitely want it. So, so I email him that I want it. I get it and everything. And the next day, when I sent the payment, I got a call from Dennis, and he was very, very friendly, which I'm immediately like, okay, it's cool that you're calling me and you're friendly and stuff, but like, what's going on? And then after, kind of small talk for a couple minutes, he tells me that there was an issue on their end. He didn't realize that the 1935 I bought from him was actually 30-06. It was one of the ones that was converted. It's not the original one, and he apologized. So, okay, that's fine. And he asked me if I still wanted it. Of course, it was still mine if I wanted it. So, and then we just sort of small talked for another few more minutes. I guess he was just sort of giving me a couple minutes to kind of decide, and then by the end of the conversation, he asked if I still wanted it. He also mentioned that there's people in line behind me, like seven other emails that he got, all wanting the same rifle. So if I don't want it, it's fine. Which I sort of felt a little bit of pressure maybe that I should go ahead and buy it. There's a lot of people in line behind me wanting it. And also he didn't offer a discount or anything like that. He didn't say, oopsies, it's wrong, it's wrong caliber or whatever, I'll give you a discount. He didn't offer a discount. Probably his margins aren't that high on it to begin with. I wasn't expecting a big discount or anything like that. So that's just sort of transparency about what happened with this. Obviously, I just said, okay, I'll take it anyway because his prices are pretty good. He sells out really fast. He doesn't price stuff to just sit around like a lot of websites. Like there's websites that sell milsurps, and you go there and they have like a lot of pages and a lot of guns that are for sale because they're asking like retail plus for their guns. And Dennis doesn't do that. Empire Arms is not that way. There's a few guns that might be high or might be kind of towards retail on his site that you'll see, but he sells a lot of them really fast, even before they hit the website through the mailing list. So his prices are really good. That's why I've bought multiple guns from him before. So just let you know, it's possible you can run into something like that, but I don't think Dennis would mess you over. I don't think Empire Arms is bad or anything like that. Like I said, I would still buy from them again. Just letting you know something that I ran into with this particular rifle that I don't think I've run into with anybody before. So with all that being said, let's just get right into this unboxing. Newspaper. That's funny. That's the kind of stuff usually if you buy from a private seller that you find in your. Now this is pretty neat. There's a piece of cardboard here wrapped around where the bolt would be. That's really neat. That's there so that there's not a single sort of pressure point of the bolt that's gonna poke through the box or something like that. That's really nice. I've never seen that before. Yeah, it's a turn down bolt that's right there, so that does a pretty good job of wrapping it up. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, so that's actually one of those good things where you kind of want your rifle wrapped up good enough that it's sort of annoying once you get it. But yeah, here we go. Looks really nice. I don't see, typically when I get a gun shipped in, I'll kind of check around the wrist. I'll see if there's any cracks because if you're gonna get a UPS duffel cut, it's gonna probably be right around this weak point here. So I just sort of look and see if any new cracks developed, but I don't see any. Looks pretty good. So I bought this gun probably about 2 months ago, and I've literally been waiting to get the time to make an unboxing video so I can get my hands on it. So this has kind of been a long time coming for me. I'm happy I get to finally play with this gun and add it to my South American Mausers. The FN 1935 is a pretty cool gun. I like the 1935s I'm feeling. I have the Chilean and Brazilian 1935s and now the Peruvian 1935, which is made by FN, but don't worry about that. I'm gonna be making a video on this guy in the future, but just for today's video, to wrap it up, I'm happy with my purchase from Empire Arms and I will be buying from them again. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this kind of unboxing content, you'll have to let me know because that's the only way I know what you guys want. So I get new stuff every now and then. If you want to see unboxing of it, just let me know. And appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.